clear guidance and direction to our province, and that's Premier Scott Moe. We have been so blessed to have Scott Moe as our Premier through this very challenging times. All things considered, Saskatchewan is doing very well, both in terms of controlling the virus and reopening our economy. But you know, you will never hear Scott Moe take any credit for any of that. He gives all the credit to the people of Saskatchewan, as he should. But today, I want to say thank you to Scott Moe. Thank you for Sure. Thank you for everything you have done to lead Saskatchewan through the pandemic and being the strongest economic recovery in all of Canada. At the start of this campaign, he asked the question, who do you trust to lead Saskatchewan's economic recovery? I trust Scott Moe. Scott Moe is the Premier we needed this year through this very uncertain time. And he is the Premier we need today. And he is the Premier we need for 4 more years. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big honkin' welcome to our leader, our Premier, and our friend, Premier Scott Moe.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, and welcome to the biggest event of our campaign so far. How's everybody doing today? Yeah. Let me ask you this. Are we all ready to get it done? Are we ready to bring this election home? Give me a little honk if you are. Let's hear you. Tina, thank you very much for that introduction, and thank you for everything that you and your team are doing, and to ask to be the next representative of the Regina University and everything that you have done and being that representative over the last 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, this is certainly not the traditional kind of a campaign rally that we would hope to have at this stage as we near the end of the campaign. But I think it's also fair to say that this hasn't been the traditional kind of campaign. A lot of things are very different this year, and they've been very different over the course of the last 3.5 weeks. But here's something that most certainly has not changed. The hard work, the dedication, the commitment of our Saskatchewan Party candidates and their volunteers, their teams across this province, all of you that are here today, thank you for what you have done. Your commitment to making Saskatchewan a better place, your commitment to building a stronger Saskatchewan, your commitment to this party, and your commitment to re-electing a strong Saskatchewan Party majority government, that certainly has not changed in this campaign, and thank you for that. Each of you here today, all of you across the province, you are the reason this campaign is going so well. Please give a honk for all of those Saskatchewan Party volunteers across this great province. We're here today to thank you, but also to ask you to do just a little bit more in the coming days so that you can keep delivering our message to the people of this province, so that you can keep talking about our plan to the people of this great province, so that we can keep working to earn the voters' support, and most importantly, over the course of the next few days, let's keep working together to get everyone out to the polls to vote. And I think if we can do that, we can look forward to what will be a very strong result on Monday night at the close of this campaign. On the day this campaign started, I asked Saskatchewan voters a short but very simple question. Who do you trust to lead Saskatchewan's economic recovery? Who do you trust? Do you trust the Saskatchewan Party, who is running on our record? Or do you trust the NDP, who is running away from its record? Do we go forward into a bright, promising, prosperous future, or do we go back to the dark days under the NDP? Today, there are 170,000 more people that are living in this province than there were in 2007. That is nearly, absolutely, that's nearly another city of Regina. Under the NDP, we lost people, we lost jobs, and we lost opportunities to other provinces in Canada. We lost an entire generation. That was my generation. And I don't ever want to go back to those dark days under the NDP. Today in this province, we have the second best job creation record in the nation of Canada. Under the NDP, we had the worst job creation record in Canada. Today in this province, we are building new hospitals, schools, and highways. The NDP shut them down. We built 57 new schools. The NDP closed 176 schools in Saskatchewan. We built 15 new seniors' care homes. The NDP shut down 1,200 seniors' care beds in this province. We have hired 1,300 more teachers. The NDP fired 400 teachers in Saskatchewan. We have brought in 900 doctors. We've hired over 3,800 nurses. The NDP lost hundreds of doctors and nurses from our communities during their time in government. The Saskatchewan Party has a record of growth. The NDP have a record of decline. And that is why you see Ryan Miley not wanting to talk about the NDP record, and I simply don't blame him. If that was our record, I certainly wouldn't want to talk about it either. But it isn't our record. Our record is one of growth. Our record is one of more people, more jobs, and much more opportunity. Our record is one of building hospitals, building schools, building highways, building a strong economy, and building a strong Saskatchewan. That is our record, all of us together. And I'm pretty happy to talk about that record all day long. Our record is also one of standing up for Saskatchewan people, standing up to the federal government if necessary, standing up for our energy industry, and standing up for pipeline growth in this province, and yes, standing against the Trudeau carbon tax. Once again, this is not the record of the NDP. This is not Ryan Miley's record, and he certainly doesn't want to talk about this. He doesn't want to talk about the time that he said that he applauds a Trudeau carbon tax. He does not want to talk about the time he called our fight against that Trudeau carbon tax a pointless crusade. And he certainly doesn't want to talk about the time that he attacked hundreds of hardworking Saskatchewan energy workers, and he called them anti-Semitic. I wouldn't want to talk about that either if that was my record, if that was our record, but it isn't our record. Our record, as I said, is one of standing up for Saskatchewan people every single time that we are called to. And I am also proud to talk about our record, and I hope that each one of you are as well. So again, I ask, who do you trust to lead Saskatchewan's economic recovery? The party of growth or the party of decline? The party that stands up for Saskatchewan, or the party that gives in to Trudeau? The party that has safely reopened our economy, or the NDP who want to keep everything shut down? This year we faced a challenge like nothing we have ever seen before. And together, in this province, we met that challenge. During our response to COVID, more Saskatchewan people were able to keep working safely than any other province in Canada, and we can be proud of this. It's thanks to Saskatchewan people that we were able to reopen our economy, our communities, our schools more quickly and more safely than just about anywhere else in the nation of Canada. And today we have the lowest unemployment rate in the nation of Canada. The NDP did not believe that this was possible. They didn't even believe in Saskatchewan people. They wanted to shut down more. They wanted to shut down more, and they wanted to shut it down longer. And they wanted it to stay shut down. So again, I ask, who do you trust to lead Saskatchewan's economic recovery? The Saskatchewan Party, who reopened our communities, our economy, our schools safely, or the NDP, who wanted that all to stay shut down? So yes, I hope voters in this province will compare our records. But even more importantly than that, I hope that they compare our plans. The Saskatchewan Party, our party, has a plan for a strong recovery. The NDP does not. The Saskatchewan Party has a plan to make life more affordable. The NDP does not. The Saskatchewan Party has a plan for a growing province, a growing Saskatchewan. The NDP does not. And the Saskatchewan Party has a strong, responsible financial management and a balanced budget. We'll have a balanced budget by the year 2024. The NDP has absolutely no plan to ever balance the budget in the province. They don't even have any idea what their platform costs. So we had to work that out for them. The NDP platform has $4 billion in uncosted expenses, which was news to Ryan Miley when I helpfully pointed this out to him during the leaders' debate. When I asked Mr. Miley how he was going to pay for it, he didn't have an answer. And that's because he has no intention of paying for it. You will, through higher taxes. Or at least that's what would happen if an NDP party ever formed government in this province. But here's the good news. With your help, we're not going to let that happen. Saskatchewan voters are not going to let that happen because voters have a chance this election to choose something that is completely different, to choose a strong economy, to choose strong communities and strong families, and to choose a stronger Saskatchewan. You can choose a party with a plan for a strong recovery or a plan that makes life more affordable for everyone in this province. The Saskatchewan Party will introduce a new home renovation tax credit that will save you up to $2,100 on the cost of your home renovations. We will cut your power bill by 10%, saving families, small businesses, farms, schools, and recreation facilities hundreds of dollars this year. We will help families with the cost of kids' sports and activities with our Active Families benefit. And we will help students with the cost of tuition by raising the Saskatchewan Advantage Scholarship from $500 to $750, a 50% increase. We will help low-income seniors in our communities by increasing the seniors' income plan to $360. This, in fact, is a benefit now that will be 4 times what it was in 2007 when we formed government. That's after the NDP didn't raise the seniors' income plan benefit one thin dime in 16 years that they had the chance to. 16 budgets, and they chose not to. We will help those living with diabetes by covering the cost of continuous glucose monitoring for their children and by covering the cost of insulin pumps for everyone in the province. We will help parents of children with autism by extending individualized funding for kids up to the age of 12. And we will help communities with the cost of their rinks and their legions. We will help drive our economic recovery in this province by cutting the small business tax. And we will continue to build a strong Saskatchewan by investing $7.5 billion to build hospitals, schools, and highways over the next 2 years. Each of these measures, each of these initiatives will help us drive a strong economic recovery in Saskatchewan. Each of these measures will help make life more affordable for our students, for our seniors, for our families, and for everyone in this province. So one last time I ask, who do you trust to lead Saskatchewan's economic recovery? The Saskatchewan Party with a record of growth, or the NDP and their record of decline? The Saskatchewan Party and their plan for a strong recovery, or the NDP whose plan will grind our recovery to a halt? The Saskatchewan Party has a plan to make life more affordable for all of us. The NDP has a plan that will drive up taxes for everyone. The Saskatchewan Party's plan is fully costed, and it will mean a balanced budget in this province by the year 2024. By comparison, the NDP plan failed to account for $4 billion in reckless spending of your money, and they have no plan to ever balance the budget in the province of Saskatchewan. I ask you, who do you trust to lead Saskatchewan's economic recovery? And as we approach the end of this election campaign, to me, and I hope to you, and I hope to the people across this province, this choice couldn't be more clear for all of us. A strong economy, a strong communities, and strong families. That's our plan for a strong Saskatchewan. So all of us here today and all of us across the province, let's keep working hard from now until Election Day. Let's all of us across this great province keep earning the trust of Saskatchewan voters. And on Monday, let's re-elect a strong Saskatchewan Party government for a stronger province of Saskatchewan. Thank you to each of you that are here today for all that you have done for this party, what you have done for this province. And God bless the great province of Saskatchewan. Thank you, everybody. Come up here, Tina. Come up here, Tina. Awesome. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, hey, you're on.